welcome to week 5 of my BSL training videos, where I'm learning to sign in BSL, British Sign Language, and I'm taking a course, and then I'm telling you a little bit about the things that we're learning on the course and my just general thoughts about the learning experience and how it's going. Now you'll see I'm sat in the car because I haven't had a chance this week to record a bit of video before the class, which I normally do. I normally do that at home. So I'm about to go into the lesson. It's literally about 10 minutes till it starts, so I've got to get going. But I just wanted to say that I've been really enjoying myself this week looking at the elements that we covered last lesson, which was really more of a recap than anything. And I've been particularly thinking about what the teacher, Steffi, said about, she didn't use the words painting a picture, but she said that sign language is very visual. So I've been thinking about it in terms of painting a picture. You really are describing everything in gestures and in body language and in your facial expressions to show what it is that you're trying to get across to people. And that's really helped, I think. It's helped me as I've been kind of practicing. I've been thinking about that. And it's occurred to me that if you're too busy concentrating on what is the sign for this, you could lose a lot of that in your face and in your body language. So really the practice and learning and trying to remember the signs without having to think about it too much is really quite important. I've been going through some of the signs that we've learned in previous weeks, just randomly looking at things and just thinking about different signs. And I'm quite pleased with the number that I have remembered. There's still plenty I've forgotten, I think, that we've covered. But I'm quite pleased with the amount that I'm now starting to remember. I found it quite difficult in the first week or two, but now I'm kind of getting into the swing of it. Anyway, I must go in because the lesson is about to start. I will tell you all about it afterwards. So I've just come out of the class and we learned a load of stuff today. I mean, it's probably going to go down as the busiest week so far, I think, of the amount of stuff that we learned. It was, last week was probably a little bit of a lull in the proceedings by comparison. We learned all sorts of things about the weather. But it wasn't just the weather, she had scenes. So she had photographs on the screen with different scenes and then was describing the different things in the scene, such as the beach and trees and all sorts of different things going on. And then we had to stand at the front of the class, one at a time, appropriately socially distanced, of course, wearing our PPE, and then describe 3 of the scenes. So she'd pick 3 pictures, one to represent what the weather was doing in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one in the evening. And then we had to kind of talk through what time it was, and that kind of thing. It's a first step on the kind of things that we'll have to do when we do the exam. So it was a worthwhile thing to do, but actually standing up in front of everybody was quite nerve-wracking, really. I don't normally have a problem, really, standing up and talking in front of people. I've never really had a great issue with that. It doesn't particularly bother me. But I felt really nervous. I suppose it's because I wasn't talking, I was signing. And, of course, I'm very new at all that. But it certainly has taught me, or told me, that I need to do some serious practice here. And, yeah, I really, really need to get into practice. I'm looking forward to getting the lesson notes and just going through it all in detail. Anyway, I just wanted to give a quick reaction straight after the class. I'm of course holding the phone, so I can't demonstrate anything, but I'll do a bit more follow-up in the cold light of day, and that is coming right up. So it's the next day now, and I've had time to think about what we covered in the course yesterday, and it was a huge amount of information. And we did weather, and so things like snow, which is that, and rain, which is more like that. And of course heavy rain, which would be more like that. So it's all to do again with what I was talking about earlier, which is very much the kind of visual aspect of all of this. What else was there? Sort of wind, I think, was sort of something like that, I think. What else did we have? Kind of ice, like that. Oh, fog, which was like that. So there was a few of those. And what we had was that this thing I talked about, we had to stand in front of the class. We had the 3 pictures and we had to talk about different things. So, for example, so it was in the morning, and maybe it was the sun, it was sunny, and it was hot. So we could tell a little story, but of course you could elaborate on that, and some people did go a bit further and sort of said whether it was like a bit cold or whatever. But it's having the confidence, I suppose, to try and elaborate and try and build that picture. So that it was quite interesting. It was definitely I felt quite nervous actually. I don't normally have a problem standing in front of people, but then that's talking, and just as you can see, I'm just rabbiting and rambling, and I can do that, but actually doing it with signing was more tricky. We also did the seasons as well, which you kind of, like summer is hot, but instead of going hot and actually sort of kind of pulling a face while you're doing it, you're kind of just doing the sign without any of the emotion. And so winter you do cold, but without kind of going like that. Autumn, which was that. And what about spring? Spring, which was that, which is like a flower. So again, it's trying to associate these different things, these different signs with things, so that I can remember them. So that was quite good. The latter part of the lesson, we were talking about travel and directions, and that was a lot of information, because up on the PowerPoint, she has a PowerPoint thing there with different things for us, and it gave us loads of words, and that was really hard because we went through those quite quickly, and it was just. So sort of next, so, and then sort of left. No, that's right. That's my right. Right and left, and then next, which is sort of going like that. And but then there was all sorts of things as well about so you bridge, and then perhaps you then go over the bridge or under the bridge, that sort of thing. We also talked about floors in buildings, and then you go to the first floor, second floor, third floor. Like that, and then ground floor, was it ground and then floor? I can't remember. And then basement, like that. But it's trying to remember all of these things, you see, and there was a long list, and it was towards the end of the lesson. It was like, I think all of us were struggling by that point. But that's what practice is for, and that's what doing things after the lesson is all about. It's going through those things, it's trying to remember them, and so that's what I'll be doing this week. Anyway, quite enough waffle. I'm going to move on from now. I hope you're enjoying these videos. It is a bit weird because it is a vlog where I'm literally just standing here, so it's not massively entertaining. So thank you very much for sticking with it. And I will talk a bit more about next week's lesson next week, which is the last one before half term, and we can all take a bit of a breather. Although I suppose we'll still need to practice. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed these videos, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.